Hey, welcome to a bit of a different commentary this time. I've been seeing a lot of comments recently on Blueprint's glitched speedruns from people who are just interested in going out of bounds or who just want to know how to finish a glitched run day one period without necessarily going fast. This is going to be the route that just minimizes all risk. You don't need to learn any of the speed routes that has a chance of failure. And all we're going to need to learn is one hard trick at the very beginning. Just a warning, there is going to be a lot of flashing lights. The main trick of opening your blueprints over and over again is going to flash the screen a lot. I want to start by talking about the only hard trick that remains in the run. It's where you get out of bounds here using these stairs. You're going to want to press spacebar, or if you're on controller, you're going to press Y or triangle. And you're pressing that as soon as you start losing any height on these stairs, so basically the second step down. And then as soon as you hit that, you're going to spam your blueprints button, which is tab or RT or R2 on controller. And you're trying to end up on this railing over here. From here, you can just jump down onto the top of these rocks. They don't have collision from above, and then we're out of bounds. Now on controller, I like to actually line up this way. That way I don't need to even touch the right joystick at all. And I can just focus on spamming first the jump button, then the right trigger button. And I am just recording this on PC, but this is doable on console as well. And you're going to notice here that I'm actually using the left joystick to steer a tiny bit, because we do still need to land on the railing here and avoid that slanted bit of the railing. An alternative here is if you're finding the blueprints spamming hard, you can try directory hovering instead. Here you press R and then immediately cancel it with a right click instead of spamming tab. And I do find this harder on controller than just normal blueprint spamming, but if you just try this instead, it might work better for you. Since you're spreading out the inputs between R1 and circle or right bumper and B, then you can double up how many you're pressing, basically. And I just wanted to show one more clip of what you could do if you very slightly mess it up. You can just try to go down to this much lower down part of the railing. Let's jump onto the rocks down there. For some of you, that's all you wanted to know, just how to get out of bounds. We're going to be moving on to the full safe route now, but first a quick self-plug. If you'd like to support my channel, a like or a subscribe would really help me out. At the very beginning of the day, all we're going to be doing is drafting 2 rooms to the left. The hallway is always going to be a guaranteed pick, and then the corner room, we literally do not care what that is. And then when we get out here again, we're going to be doing the out of bounds. Just make sure you are actually holding down the sprint button and you have enough of a running head start. And then here we go. Press space, spam tab. This is pre-recorded, by the way. And now we're out of bounds. And all I'm going to do is aim for that middle of that big green rectangle over there. And the rate at which you spam blueprints to hover over here doesn't matter too much. Just do it about this frequency. We're aiming for that corner tile, and when we get to it, it snaps us up to ground level. And we immediately turn around, and we're just going to drop through the front of this boat. And that's going to spawn the tunnel over there. We're going back to that corner tile again, and while we're blueprint spamming, you can see your little yellow triangle showing up there if you need to adjust it. And you can actually just walk onto this grass over here. This is all solid until it gets all slopey over there. And we're just going to walk until we're above the tunnel, then just drop off into the exact center of the tunnel. Don't risk it. It's not completely solid, and you can just fall right through the roof. Now on a speedrun, we'd be trying to land on the invisible wall on the side of this tunnel. There's no reason to risk it like that for just a completely safe run. Just do this section completely normally, and then it's actually going to spawn that gear section behind us, even though it wasn't there when we first saw the tunnel. And from here, I'm just going to skip ahead to that part where we're turning the gear back again, since it's completely unchanged from the normal run, and as you can see here, it hasn't spawned this bit, so we just go out of bounds again. And you can't really mess up this angle anywhere you aim, as long as it's between here and the center of all that green stuff is good, but this will get you exactly back to the side. And don't forget to blueprint hover fairly frequently along that way. If you're too slow, since you're already fairly far down, you could fall to your death, but just press it frequently. And here we're just going to walk all the way over here, and we're just going to do one last blueprint hover over to the antechamber. You can't see it, but it's in the middle of this entire row here. And then we can just circle around here to the rear and hit room 46 from the back side. And that'll make you win and give you the day 1 trophy. Now, if you didn't care about winning and you just wanted to wander around out of bounds, so you hit that antechamber room, you're actually locked at ground level and you can kind of just wander around. As long as you're out of bounds, you don't lose any steps, but if you ever step back into an area where you had already drafted a room or where the entrance hall is, it will make you lose this locked at ground level state and make you start falling again. Now, some people are also wondering if you could use these same tricks for dare mode and curse mode. The only thing that actually matters in dare mode is you need to get to 4 dares before you do this, so just call it a day every single day until day 4, unless you get this very specific dare. If you get this dare, it's basically game over, so just reset. As for curse mode, you do technically have enough steps to do it, but if you just want to be safe, at the very beginning, instead of going left, just draft a bedroom on the right here. And then just try to build out to the left here again to the corner. It's not going to be a hard guarantee anymore that you'll get that hallway, but usually you can just build here. And it doesn't matter too much what you pick, just don't pick a red room because the penalties really suck for that. And then skipping ahead to after we do the out of bounds, instead of going to the left, let's just aim over to the right side of the entrance hall where we drafted that bedroom. And then as soon as we hit that tile, what you can actually do is just walk in and out of bounds here over and over again, and you'll just get that +2 without getting the -1. And you can just stack up as many steps as you want here before running the same route as before. Hopefully that answered all the questions you guys have. If you have any more, just post them in the comments. I know this was a bit different from my normal content, but this seemed to be overwhelmingly the route that was actually asked for. So, hope you have a good one.